Huntington's police chief is talking progress tonight when it comes to cracking down on drugs and crime. Operation River to Jail started back in July. It's an effort by Huntington police and city leaders to stop the flow of addictive illegal drugs.
In 3 months, the chief says they've arrested 226 criminals and collected more than $2.6 million in cash. Tonight, News Channel 3's Dan Griffin is live in Huntington. And Dan, you spoke with people in neighborhoods about changes they've noticed.
Yeah, well, one neighbor I spoke with on Huntington's West and over on 9th Avenue told me she saw a big drug bust go down just a few weeks ago over there. She said she'd actually debated leaving Huntington because of drug and crime activity outside her front door, but she says the changes she's seeing are encouraging.
Drug dealing on the corners, drug dealers living next door.
Kat Williams has seen it all near her home in Huntington. It was enough to make her want to leave until now.
I was sitting on my front porch early in the morning and looked up to see an armored vehicle going down 9th Avenue very slowly with very well-armed police officers hanging off the back.
She's optimistic about the latest results from Operation River to Jail. Since July, Huntington PD has been working with several agencies, launching intense warrant sweeps, making hundreds of arrests, and putting a target on drugs and crime, particularly from Detroit.
I think we have disrupted some drug trafficking organizations. I think probably their tactics will change, as we have seen over the last 3 months.
Interim Chief Jim Johnson says the progress is encouraging. Since July, the department reports it's collected more than 600 grams of heroin and more than 148,000 prescription pills. Investigators say those pills are worth nearly $6 million. They've collected more than $2.5 million cash. The chief also says they've seized dozens of guns. He points out the shooting at Whiskey Rocks in September as a clear example of how dangerous guns can be when in the hands of criminals.
Taking 33 of these out of these guys' hands, there's not a dollar value you can place on that.
He says neighbors like Williams play a role in the successes. They've made 19 arrests on their tips alone.
I'm really glad to see that they're doing it, but there's a lot more to do.
Now, the chief says that massive pill bust that happened with this actual bust here was actually started because of a long-term investigation started by previous Chief Skip Holbrook. Ahead at 6:10, we're going to hear from the chief about what he says is happening with all of these busts with River to Jail and also a lot of arrests and guilty pleas.
All right. Hey, thanks, Dan. And Mayor Steve Williams says that he is already working on phase 2 of Operation River to Jail. He was not able to comment on exactly what those plans involve, but he says that he plans to reveal his ideas at the next city council meeting.